Girl, put your concealer down because this is one beauty scandal you did not see coming. Matt Rife, Mr. TikTok hottie turned comedian turned haunted doll babysitter, has officially teamed up with E.L.F. Cosmetics. And baby, the internet is dragging him harder than a bad wig on a humid day. You're not ready for this, so grab a mimosa and let's get into this mess. Okay, let's start at the top. Matt Rife. You know him. TikTok crowdwork king, jawline sharper than a steak knife, and recently, the new babysitter of the one and only Annabelle doll. Yes, girl, the Annabelle, the same cursed doll from The Conjuring that people say ruins lives. So while he's out here playing horror landlord, E.L.F. Cosmetics, the affordable girl power makeup brand, decided he was the perfect choice to front their new campaign. And child, the internet said, "Excuse me? Out of all the faces you could pick, you chose him?" And that's when the receipts started flying. Now, before we get to the makeup tea, let me remind you why Matt was already on people's nerves. Just a few months ago, he and his buddy Elton bought a bunch of haunted artifacts from Ed and Lorraine Warren's spooky museum. That includes Annabelle. Yes, the Annabelle. The horror fans lost it. Because girl, imagine, you're a stand-up comedian one day, and the next, you're the legal guardian of the most cursed doll in Hollywood history. Like, how is that your LinkedIn update? Fans were saying, does he even know what he signed up for? Is this a cash grab? Is he trying to make a haunted house side hustle? The horror community was not impressed. And honestly, with his messy reputation, people didn't trust him to even babysit a goldfish, let alone an evil doll. But just when the haunted doll drama was cooling down, boom. E.L.F. drops this brand new campaign featuring Matt in a cheesy fake lawyer skit. He's like, "Are you a victim of overpriced beauty? Call me at 1-800-COLD-HARD-LASH." Cute idea, right? Wrong. Because the second the ad went live, the internet went into FBI mode. They started pulling up Matt's old podcast clips, and baby, it was not pretty. First up, the Stiff Socks podcast. Child, if you've never heard these clips, consider yourself blessed. Matt was out here making disgusting comments about women's bodies, comparing them to clearance tags and gum from a cartoon movie. I mean, who even says that? And the gag? He was seeing Brooke Schofield at the time. Yes, dating her while publicly trashing women who looked like, well, her. She even came out later and said, "Yep, that was me he was talking about." Imagine your man goes on a podcast the day after your date and basically says he's disgusted by your body. Girl, my jaw dropped. And it doesn't stop there. In his Netflix special Natural Selection, he opened with, wait for it, a domestic violence joke. Yep, he literally joked about a woman getting a black eye for not knowing how to cook. The crowd was silent, the internet was furious, and yet E.L.F. thought, yes, perfect spokesperson? I cannot.
Went on the Stiff Socks podcast with our baby Trevor Wallace.
And I just want to say this is when I knew.
I was still actively seeing him at the time. In fact, we'd gone to dinner the night before. He was telling me all about how he was going on a podcast. I don't know if you guys recall. That was like the most, he's since had it wiped from the internet. I wish I could wipe it from my memory. First offense was Trevor asking what his type was. His answer was blondes with fake, okay? He goes on to say that he is disgusted by outie vagina, girls who have outie vagina, because it looks like God left the tag on them. Now, I'm gonna give you guys the canceled exclusive here, but I, Brooke Schofield, have an outie vagina. Imagine me sitting there, my jaw on the floor. You guys thought that was disgusting. The public was like, oh my God, how horrible. Imagine how I felt. He literally just went on a podcast and was like, yeah, I'm repulsed by this bitch.
Baby, the timeline was lit. People were tweeting, posting, stitching TikToks left and right like, does Matt Rife even do makeup? Why is he the face of E.L.F? This brand that brags about women empowerment just hired a man who openly degrades women. I'm throwing my E.L.F concealer in the trash. And while we love the drama, let me just say this. If you already paid for that concealer, at least contour one more time before you cancel the brand, bestie. Waste not, slay not. And here's where it gets worse. Because E.L.F. is known for branding themselves as the girl power makeup line. Their board of directors is majority women. They constantly brag about empowering female creators, and they sponsor women in sports. So to go from all that to this, honey, it looks faker than a $3 lace front. People were saying you had one job, to be the affordable, inclusive, empowering brand. And this is the guy you put in the commercial? It just felt tone deaf, hypocritical, and messy. So after days of dragging, E.L.F. finally responded. They posted, "We hear you, we missed the mark, we're always listening to our community." Cute words, but girl, the ad is still up on their socials. Still up. Like, if you're really sorry, why keep the receipts pinned to the fridge? That's when people started saying, maybe this was all on purpose. Maybe E.L.F. wanted the backlash. Because, hey, controversy equals clicks. And now, we're all talking about them. Even me. So if this was a PR stunt, mission accomplished, babes. But let's talk about Matt for a second. Sir, how are you gonna build your career on being a flirty TikTok cutie, then flip it into haunted doll landlord and brand ambassador for affordable mascara? Like, pick a lane, and you know the girls never forget. Those old clips, those messy jokes. The internet keeps receipts like it's Black Friday at Target. You can't outrun your past when your past is bookmarked on Twitter. So here's my question for you besties. Did E.L.F. just ruin their girl power image forever? Or is Matt Rife the one who needs to pack it up and vanish? Was this bad marketing or an evil genius PR stunt? All I know is Annabelle's somewhere smirking, E.L.F.'s credibility is cracking like a cheap highlighter, and Matt Rife? Baby, his comedy career is giving discount bin. And girl, you better believe this story isn't over. Because if there's one thing the internet loves, it's a messy man in mascara.